Now it's time for something a little more relaxed. Give me a second to get fully set up. Hopefully this works the way I intend. Okay, so step one. Well, most of you, some of you watching this probably already know what I've got on the docket, but my final video, the final game I should say, yes, it is 11 p.m. I'm not used to staying this late. We've got 50 minutes till midnight on New Year's Day. Well, New Year's Eve. Which clearly means now is the time to break out a new game. Well, new in the sense that it'll be the first time attempting to play something, and hopefully figuring our way through it without getting ourselves into too much trouble. So, back in the olden days, before the age of the internet, when you couldn't just look everything up, back when you had to figure out everything yourself, people made a big deal out of trying to take notes and whatnot, to try and say, alright, let's try and figure this game out. So, they went all the way into saying, alright, get some piece of paper out, map out where we are, we'll write down notes, figure out what we need to do, maybe compare them with other people. And for one game in particular, this ended up being it ended up being known as the point-and-click game that was very obtuse and that people would have to write extensive notes for. So, what I have planned then is, in front of me, I have my drawing tablet. And people say I've never used cursive again. So, my feeling is, as I get the game up that we're going to play, I can just alternate between the screen that you have in front of us and the game in question, if it will actually show up on the bloody thing. There it is! Behold, Myst. Although I think I saw an FMV of something as we were heading in, so my family has one of the original CDs of this, and I believe also a copy of Riven, and if memory serves, my father managed to get a fair amount into it, although I don't know if he ever finished it. So, my thinking is, since that it would make sense to have someone else along for the journey, if only to compare notes with, figure things out together, why not have a grand old time with it? So, let's go ahead and see what lies within. This is Myst. Very 90s.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Alright, welcome to Myst. Back when, in order to get quote-unquote proper graphics, you basically just used a bunch of still images. Here we are. I think it might be broken. Oh, yep, it's definitely broken. It was supposed to do a zoom out of the island. Let's see if I can recreate. Let's see if I can bring it back. Nope. Alright, there we are. Apparently it's going to give it to me anyway. Behold, we are stranded on this island. We must find a way out. So, we have very little helping us in order to try and figure out our way through. So, here we are. We have only what we can click. We look out into the world. All pre-rendered. I'm pretty sure this is done using HTML or something akin to that. Hang on, was there some movement up here, I think? Hang on. I thought I saw something. Huh. I actually do have some limited movement that shows up. Interesting. Either way. What does this do? I don't know. That's gonna be the trick, is figuring out what all these do. Is there a point in flipping these switches? Guess we'll find out. I believe... Oh, hang on. Saw a note. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the docks. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atris. Marker switches. Alright. And, if ever I need to mark something down... Yes, my handwriting's messy. Alrighty. Eventually I'll be able to expand it, and there'll be hopefully more interesting things. Unless these are the marker switches. Huh. Actually, we may as well explore around the island a bit. So let's see, there are 3 of them that we've seen so far. Are any down this way? 4. Doesn't look like I'm allowed in there yet. Am I allowed up here? Wonder what this will be relevant for. Then a model of the boat that sunk in the docks. And a bunch of symbols on those. Another one. Hang on. Is that number 5 or 6? Let's see. One. This is what I get for trying to play so late in the night. At least I can flip them up to show that I found them. And then... Interesting. Power to spaceship. Generator switches. I've tried that puzzle a little bit on my own while I was testing this game out, just to make sure that it would be feasible. So let's see. And there's a switch over there that I can't flip right now. I can alter the time there. So presumably hitting... Alright, that's the small hand. That's the big hand. Let's not go too much more beyond that. So there's another switch, so I think that's number 8. There's number 9. Not sure what that would be relevant for. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Are there any in here? No, it doesn't look it. Most likely not in here. 7, 8. Yeah, I think there are 9. Oh, hello. What did that note say again? Our forechamber beside the docks. Okay. Into the image. So, on this island... So presumably forechamber would be in reference to this over here. But where do I put that number into? Doesn't look like there's anything that would require that number in here anywhere. That's what's confusing me. Alright, don't hit the escape button. What if I... wonder where those numbers... So, let me just make a note that, hey... Alright, that should do for now. Okay. Not sure if it's necessarily related to this yet. Unless there's something in here, perhaps? What might this be? Power rotation. Interesting. Is this cryptic? Yeah, I noticed. Hang on. Wonder if rotating that tower has any effect on anything. What's this for? Oh! What did that do?
Monsieur? Are you?
Who am I indeed?
You know. Help me. Bring blue pages. Never. Just... I must have the blue page. Hand to me.
I had forgotten about this part. At least some of it. Okay, so if I bring you blue pages, presumably I'll be able to get more information than that. I'm assuming something similar will happen here for red pages. Check the area you started at. Well, let's see what this has to say first.
Why?
Good question.
Bring me a red page. I can't see. You red page. Make a break. I am serious. Give it up. There is one thing I must rescue.
Well, I suppose we'll hopefully figure more about this place as we go. Alright, go. So, you're recommending I check the area that I started at then? Alright, let's see. Hang on a sec. Hello. How did I not notice this before? Oh, what am I doing? Doesn't look like I can do much besides just click on that. Okay, so what does clicking on it do then? I just leave it like that, I wonder what'll happen. Oh, hang on. Dimensional imager. The graphical extrusion test, water turbulent pool markers. Wonder what that's supposed to mean. Actually, can I close the door at all? Oh, I think it just lets me back out. Doesn't look like there's anything else I can click here for now. Or switch diagram. Something to mull over eventually, perhaps. I don't see any other hidden places around here. Wonder what those gears will have to say about things. But what's the imager? Maybe I'll find some... Unless one of these is the same. Don't like that, huh? Let's go digging through here real quick. Okay, so a lot of these books have been burned. Anything useful in these? Okay. I should assume... Alright, so it looks like this book, and so we've got 4 here. By the looks of it. Wonder how relevant that'll be. It's not opened too many mystery boxes yet. What's this do? Hello. Alright, so I guess that allows me back out, if I so desire. What happens if I try clicking on this one again? Alright, so I have to go this way if I've got this open. Fair enough. Library, huh? Let's see where this takes us. Somewhere upstairs by the looks of it. Wonder. Curious. So, what have we got around here? So we've got a few symbols. We've got library. So we've got a library book and a key as symbols. It looks like there might be an entrance to something, or a way up onto the top of this tower, perhaps. If we rotate the tower in the correct direction, maybe. I wonder if this tower is an observatory of some kind. It looks like right now it's just solid stone. I wonder if that rotation that we were doing might affect things. Also, is there a way to skip over stuff like... Well, I guess we'll see if there's a way to skip over animations eventually. By the looks of it, if I want to make any progress here, I'll need to rotate things a little bit. So I'll need to go over here. What happens if I do this? And head back up. It's gonna get annoying if I have to watch this every single time, isn't it? Well, so be it. Let's see if this has any effect on... Okay, so I had the right idea. Oh. 240, 221. Wait a minute. Hang on. That might be helpful. Hang on. So, given what we saw over at that other place, okay, so. Alright, we'll see what we get from that. Not exactly what I was expecting to find, but I'll take it. I will certainly take it. Might have to make a second page at the rate we're going. Well, I've got my drawing software up to where I can mess with pretty much anything I need, hopefully. Although, this was red before. I wonder if it's only red when it's over one of these devices to where it'll actually help us, perhaps. Hard to say for certain. Alright, so am I still allowed to open this up? Oh yeah, what's this anyway? I'll have to check that at some point. I'm able to get in there. Alright, so we're looking for 240. Alright, so, and then 2, 2, 1. I wonder what that 221 was supposed to mean. Unless it's 2:40 p.m. Nothing. I wonder what those numbers are supposed to mean then. So 2, 2, 1. I feel like those have to mean something. I'm just not entirely sure what. Do I need to have the tower at the same position in order to actually see it, perhaps? This looks like it's meant to be an observatory of sorts. You know what? That might be our best shot. Let's go ahead and move the tower back to where it was, if it isn't already. Oh, it is actually where it needs to be. Interesting. Well, let me just make a note real quick of... Let's see. Let me zoom in so that I can be a little more precise. Alright. See what we can find as we go. Meanwhile, I suppose we may as well just rotate this around some more and see if we can find anything else of interest. Okay, now that we're at this point, let's see if this tells us anything interesting. I just realized how messy my handwriting is. Maybe I should have put lines on this sheet I'm using. Alright. So now we've got visibility in that direction. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, that tells me something. That tells me something. Alright, there we go. Now, it's gonna be a little wonky to move back and forth between grabbing what I need. Actually, well, okay, so let me just go ahead and grab these, because whenever I'll tab over to my notes, I'm losing the screen up here, although, let's see, so, let me just write these down real quick. October 11, 1984. Okay. Wow, I am being really shoddy with my handwriting. Man, it has deteriorated significantly since I went to school, hasn't it? Alright, so then... Okay, so now that I have these dates to work with, let's head back downstairs and see what we get. Hopefully we get something interesting out of it. Let's chat up too. I've heard, I'm not sure how to pronounce that compared to Myst. I'm not sure what that is since I don't know how to pronounce that. My phone died, I'm back. What's this? A very ancient point and click. That is the short version. And I'm trying to see if I can figure it out without getting without looking things up. And I'm doing things the old-fashioned way by going onto my drawing tablet and physically writing stuff down. I know I'm being weird. So, wonder then. I wonder what sort of relevance the numbers I got, 240, 221. Why would that be relevant for that? I don't see any terminal or something that I can mess with there. Unless, well, let's plug the dates into here and figure out what we get. So the first one is October 11th, 1980, well, it says 1980, wait, I don't see a point where I would put the year in. Oh, interesting. 1984, 10:04 a.m. And these are highly specific. And we're getting nothing. I did write them down correctly, right? Or do I have to be in a specific time period for them to make sense? Because if memory serves, there's a lot more to this area than just, well, seeing that. I'm just trying to remember how to reach that point. Well, let's try one of the other dates and see if any of the other three work. January 17th, 12:07. 5:46 a.m. Out of curiosity, do I have to... What if I... That doesn't seem to have an effect. Alright, next question. What if I go back to the original date? We might be listening to a bunch of this for a while. Alright, then it's 10:04. Doesn't seem to make a difference between night and day. Guess we'll hit this then, just to be more pleasing on the eyes. Alright, so then the other one is November 23rd. I doubt this one will work if the other three didn't, but... Actually, no. Let's go and get closer. 9791. 6:57 p.m. Oh? hang on a minute. That one lasted for longer, but... Huh. That one lasted for longer, but... Look at the constellations. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that. Okay. Okay. Let me try and copy these down real quick. Alright, I'm gonna make a second page for this so I can work with it. Let's see. Let me make a second page in my notes real quick. Alright. Step 1. Wait, no, don't use the crop tool. Okay, let me just grab what I need for my tablet real quick. Alright, glommed them on there. Oh, actually... Okay, and then if I merge... Alright, I'll mark this as observatory, just so I can keep all this straight. Alright, let's switch over to my view. Okay, so... Give me a second to get the fill tool on this. Come on. Oh, right, because I've still got this in play. Alright, get rid of that. I think I'd be used to this by now. Use it more often. Okay, so now that is the only thing present. Let me just erase the stuff we don't need. Oh, right, I'm still using... Come on. There we are. That's what I want. Interesting how that works. Oh, right, because technically I'm coloring in with white, so... Right, because I whited out everything. So I'm better off just doing this if I want to erase stuff. Alright, cool. I'll get used to this eventually. Okay, so that's what we're working with right now. So let's see. Let's start by just collecting my notes properly, so we can start by copying everything. So, alright, switch the color. And actually switch to something that is more uniform. You'd think I'd be better at drawing by this point, or writing. I do claim to be a writer. Although, to be fair, as long as I understand it, that's all that matters. Alright, so we've got 3 so far, and the only one that we got anything definitive from... Well... 6 a.m. Hopefully I'm giving myself enough space for all this. Should be, I hope. November 23rd. 791. Okay, cool. So, now I just need to copy down, broadly speaking, what I need here. Just give me a second to... Whoop. I've got that copied down. There we are. Okay, now. This is going to be the fun part. So let's see. I wonder how important the specifics are. Honestly, it would probably be easier to print screen this. Although that could lead to all sorts of weird... we'll try doing it the fun way first. Okay, so we've got... one over here. 2 relative strong ones here. And... another strong one here. Weaker one here. Oh crap, I accidentally... Oh my god, did I accidentally lose all my progress? Did I Alt F4 this game? Or do something similarly embarrassing? Yes, I did. Okay, let me reload it. Hopefully it can just resume. Nope. Okay, damn. Well, sorry about that, boys. Luckily, now that I know what I'm looking for, I can just go back and grab it. I suck. Okay. Go ahead and switch back over. Well, at least my notes are intact, so I don't lose too much. Alright, I guess I should... Alright, I guess the lesson to be learned then is I need to periodically save this. Okay, so let's get back up to the observatory. Hit this button. Save properly. There we go. Resume. Alright, let's bring it back up. So, we were looking at November 23rd. Okay. Here are the constellations. Okay, so what I was intending to do before I messed up is I need to... Alright, if I go back over to this display. Okay. Let's see. I had intended to make this a little smaller. Alright, then... Okay. So... Going down here. And a larger one over here. I probably don't need to worry about the minor stars in all this. Although it looks like I've got things a little wonky as far as that one's position, so this one needs to be over here more so. That should work. Okay, so that's one constellation. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so let's go back to October 11th, I guess, while I'm thinking about this. It may have just taken longer since it had to go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Let's find out if my theory on that count's correct. Alright, then 10:04 a.m. Yes, it was just because it was cycling through so much. Cool. Alright, now, we've got, for this constellation, we've got a big one here. Let's see. Probably should be lower, but I can worry about that later. Let's see. Small one. Two more small ones about there. And then that big one needs to be further down. Let's see, about there looks good. Alright. That's the pattern for that boy. Now, Jan 17. I wonder how... I hope these end up being useful for something. (5:46 a.m.) Okay, so in this case, we've got... Alright, so a large one flanked by a small one, roughly that pattern. Small one just up there. Large one down here. That's probably good enough. Okay. That's all the information I got from that book. From that book. Okay, so... Before I get too far, let's go ahead and see to these as well. Oh yeah, I need to bring OBS back up, don't I? There we are. Okay, make sure that I'm on the right window. we go. Now that we've seen to that, so I can open those back up on my own time. So that I know, broadly speaking, what I need to do there. So, since I've already seen to a decent amount here, let's go ahead and make this save again. Resume. Hang on a minute, why is there nothing present this time? Do I need to... Hang on. Do I need to hit this again before I see whether the tower rotation even matters? Potentially. Let's find out. Interesting. Wonder why it's not showing up this time. Do I need to open these up first? Possibly. Alright, so... It's not going to show me anything interesting until I... Oh, wait a minute. Is it because I didn't flip those switches, perhaps? Let's try that next, actually. Okay, hang on. That might be important. Okay, let's go try that real quick. So, here's our way to test that. If I just flip the switch over there... Okay, that makes that visible. Okay. Now that I know that, I need to flip all of those switches just to be on the safe side. Once I get that done, I suppose I can save once more. I'm very curious to see what I end up learning from all this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't move that one yet. 7. Oh hey! Something over here, actually. Can't seem to do much with that yet, huh? Probably not. Eventually, perhaps. Alright, now that should allow me to see things as far as the tower is concerned. Now, let's see what useful information I get from this one. Actually, let's save again, as always. This is going to be a habitual thing now that I've screwed up once. Alright, let's head back up through here. Ah, shoot. Getting in too much of a hurry. Getting in way too much of a hurry. So, we're able to view out this way now. Let's just confirm what we're getting information on. Okay, centered on a giant tree by the looks of it. 724, huh? Start at page 1 of my notes. Alright, that'll probably be the most information I get for now. Alright, let's see what we can make of this information. I'm curious to see if I can get anything useful from that. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Alright, let's go ahead and withdraw this so that I can take a look at it. Alright, let's head out there. Does it have to do with this? Hang on, 724? Worked! A match. What am I supposed to use this match for, against? Not able to mess with that right now. Where do I take this match? Alright, let me just write down real quick. Alright, that'll do for now. Okay, but what do I do with these matches? Hang on. Am I even carrying them anymore? That doesn't look it. Whatever I need those matches for likely doesn't leave that room. At least that would make the most sense to me. And if I click on everything, eventually I'll find something, right? Oh, wait a minute. There we are. Alright, that lit that. What's that get me? Can't click on that. Alright, so I can use that to light that, but I don't know what that does. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so now we've got the PSI up to full. What does that offer us? Now that I've got full air pressure, not allow anything here. Hard to say. Unless, hang on a minute. While I was messing with this game on my own, wonder if it may affect what's down here. Seems to be getting overloaded somehow. Oh, is it actually midnight now? Oh, yep. It's actually midnight for me. Happy New Year. Oh, man. That passed quickly. So I'm gonna get further along in this, actually, though. If it is midnight, then I should probably call it a night. Wonder if that allows me to access here. Probably not. Well, I guess then, as something to ponder, Let me go ahead and write. I'm not going to worry about showing this. Let me just write down a couple things for my own purposes. And my handwriting has gotten bad. Okay. So, I think there's one last thing we'll attend to. I guess just as a possible hint of what's to come. Is it... What's going on with this? Is this the new Saturday game? Yes, this is the new Saturday game. If you're watching this live, I'll probably clip this out and put it somewhere else. What's this do? What the heck even is this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, hang on. Hang on. Page 2 of my notes. Dumb idea. Okay, I doubt this will work. What was that? I feel like that did something. I feel like that did something. Something useful over there. Something useful over there. Something related to the ship, perhaps. Probably best to leave that as a mystery for another day. Probably best to leave that as a mystery for another day. I'm starting to lose it. There we go. Now I've got that to draw from. So, that'll be the end of this night. For those of you who are watching live, hope that the selection of games I picked out for this ended up being a fun time. Those of you watching this part specifically clipped out, this is going to be the new Saturday game for live streaming. My plan is that, as you've seen with this video, I'm just going to have notes that I'll be taking on my drawing app, just using the tablet I've got. Slowly whittle away at that. Try and figure out what exactly is going on here. Write stuff down to try and make sure I keep track of everything. See how much I need the notebook. See how interesting it ends up being along the way. No idea how well it'll end up working out, but either way. There we are. Something to look forward to as we slowly whittle away at this. Now, at this point, I gotta go to bed. My gosh. Long night. Long night. So, hopefully this ends up being interesting. Until then, thank you all for stopping by. This was a fun night. So, if next time I see you, I'm hoping I might be able to stream Wednesday. Although I suppose time will tell as to how that ends up working out. So for now, it'll just be the usual schedule. So regardless of what happens on Wednesday, we will be here Saturday for this game. So, and we'll be consistently there Saturday for this game for a very long time, I suspect. So with that in mind, thank you all for stopping by, and I hope this ends up being interesting long term. Till then, take care. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.